This is Paul again. I am continuing my podcast. This topic today is going to be about endeavoring to persevere. That is a big theme in my life for as long as I can remember. It's funny enough, actually, out of a old Clint Eastwood movie. It's a line out of there. Doesn't matter, actually. Anyway, the reality for me is endeavoring to persevere. It's been because of that movie, my family actually turned it into one of our go-to quotes, mottos, whatever. And we've all got to endeavor to persevere. We've all got to find a way to just push through the hard times in life, because those times, they will come. There is no question about it. And what are we going to do? Are we going to just let ourselves be victims of circumstance? Or are we going to turn these issues into victory? How do I allow myself to be somebody who is resilient, who is, persevering on a regular basis? I talked about it in my first video that I released almost a week ago about being an addict, being somebody who has over 2 years of sobriety. And the reality is, even with over 2 years of sobriety, there's still a lot of hard times, and there's still a lot of really frustrating things that happen. Yet I have to remind myself that it's almost like an attitude of gratitude. The thing here that I'm actually realizing is there will be a topic for any given week, or however often I do post these, but it'll go a little, it's not like I'm just going to go in one direction and then another direction and then another one, but there are going to be other pieces that might come up. And so, gratitude, that is a big thing for me, and big thing that I've come away with from the recovery community is an attitude of gratitude. And I guess, for me, as I'm thinking about it right now, endeavoring to persevere and attitude for gratitude go kind of hand in hand. I have to allow myself to remember that, the bad times, the good times, whatever, they are what shape me for who I am, and shape anybody for who we are. And especially the bad times, the hard times, the things that beat down a lot of people, make a lot of people world wearied, and I've definitely been one of them. I have had a lot of hardships over my life. I come from a blessed situation. Being born in the mountains in Colorado, very fortunate. The thing is, there's generational trauma across the board. There's always going to be generational trauma, and it doesn't matter how lucky one person is in the eyes of somebody else. The reality is, we all have our issues. We all have our times that have really made us want to maybe crawl inside and just hide away from the world. I had years of that, where I didn't want to do anything, where I just wanted to be a shell of my former self. And now, with a couple of years of sobriety behind me, I'm finally coming back into my own and actually being who I've always meant to be, and endeavoring to persevere. And I don't know, it's all of this is going to continue to be a through line for this podcast, but there's also just the reality that, God, I was never going to be the guy who was going to believe in a God, who was going to really believe in, I believed to a degree, but the God that I've actually come around on recently is the true God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. I was never going to be that person, and here I am, and that's actually been probably the biggest blessing in disguise that I could have ever imagined, and I'm so grateful for it. But I also am having to think about right now the fact that, this podcast is going to be, there will be times like now where it's just me talking to the wind. I know some people in my life, you're going to be a podcaster, you're going to be a motivational speaker, but you're just talking to yourself, you're just talking to a camera. Yeah, to some people it might seem like it's an ego trip. I don't care anymore. I don't care. That's just the reality of it. But the other reality that takes that into consideration is there will be, on occasion, however often, I'm going to find a way to get guest speakers on here and get new perspectives and allow myself to not just be talking to the wind. But I don't know, it's a blessing to be able to do this and to be able to put my voice out there, especially now that I'm regaining my voice. That'll be a topic that I'll get into more soon. I don't know, there's been something about my voice for the last 4 months that I'm just like losing it, gaining it back, losing it. Like it's even still now a little worse. And I think it's why I really took time to get back to speaking for real in a motivational sense and in a podcasting way. But this is, to finish it off for today, it's about authenticity and vulnerability and just being raw and being me and putting my true voice out there to be able to help anybody. And if it's one person, cool. If it's 100 people, awesome. It doesn't matter. Acclaim, money, whatever can come from this, that's not the end all be all. The end all be all for me is what this has given me. And hopefully that can help somebody else out. Multiple somebodies. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks. Bye.